Hey, it's Chad Hasty, host of the Chad Hasty Show, which airs weekday mornings 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time on News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 AM KFYO. I invite you to listen online at KFYO.com. Well, we finally know why Donald Trump fired James Comey, the now former director of the FBI, or at least we know what CNN thinks, according to a unnamed source. Okay, James Comey, apparently this is why, one of the reasons why he was fired. James Comey never provided the president with any assurance of personal loyalty. Yeah, that's one of the reasons. And then the second reason, the real reason why Donald Trump fired James Comey, the fact that the FBI's investigation into possible Trump team collusion with Russia, in the 2016 election was accelerating. Russia. We've got to squeeze Russia in as many times as possible whenever discussing Donald Trump. You know, it's all about Russia. Always goes back to Russia for the Democrats. Now, this according to a source close to the now former FBI director. That could be literally anyone within the FBI, I guess. It could have been, what was his name? Evan McMullin. Could have been Evan McMullin, the guy who ran against Donald Trump and pipes up every now and then, thinks he's a conservative hero, even though he really didn't get any votes. So you've got Donald Trump, who apparently he wanted, according to CNN, he wanted personal assurances from James Comey that James Comey loved the president and was going to be loyal. Okay. That speaks to this. You've heard stories before that President Trump likes loyalty. Here's what else President Trump likes, and I think this is important. President Trump likes those who do a good job. The president likes people who don't embarrass him. And the president wants people who will actually do their job in a good way. I think it's easy to say that James Comey kind of failed in most of those areas. If you're a Democrat, you remember back in the day, and I'm talking just a couple of months ago, when Democrats wanted James Comey fired, remember that? It was good old days. The Democrats wanted James Comey fired. They wanted James Comey fired back in November. They wanted him fired beforehand. Republicans wanted him fired beforehand. In fact, just about everybody has wanted James Comey fired at one point or the other since the 2016 campaign. But now all of a sudden Democrats are coming out and saying, no. We lost faith in James Comey, but that doesn't mean we wanted him fired. Really? Okay, so you're telling me the director of the FBI, you lose faith in the director of the FBI, not an FBI agent, but a director, the director of the FBI, that you lose complete faith in him, but you don't want to see him replaced. That makes absolutely no sense at all. That's stupid. If you actually believe that, if you actually believe that your favorite Democratic lawmaker didn't have any faith in James Comey, but also didn't think he should be fired, okay, if you believe that, number one, then you believe an idiot. But number two, you're pretty ignorant for believing that. There's no way anybody would say, you know, the FBI director, man, we just can't trust the guy. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's falling down on his job, but we really need to keep him there because, well, we just should. No one would ever say that at all. James Comey probably should have been fired a while back. James Comey is lucky, I think, that he lasted this long. You know, I've seen some news stories where, you know, if Trump had fired him earlier, then maybe there wouldn't be this brouhaha. Yes, there would be. Listen, folks, and I said this on the show, and I know other talk show hosts have said this as well, so it's not like a breaking concept or anything. It's not like an exclusive concept I'm coming up with. Democrats hate Donald Trump. Democrats will, if Donald Trump gave away free puppies that he purchased, and I talked about this on the show, that if Donald Trump purchased puppies with his own money, from his own bank account, and started giving away puppies on the South Lawn, Democrats would call for an investigation as to why Donald Trump wasn't giving away kittens as well. Yeah, they would say that Donald Trump, obviously, he only likes puppies. He doesn't like kittens, and that's just wrong. It's racist. Somehow it's bigoted. And were any of these puppies trans puppies? Maybe were they diverse enough? Maybe some of these puppies should have been. I mean, the Democrats would go nuts over this. Donald Trump can do anything short of giving. Now, if Donald Trump were just to give away like free tax, like if he were to raise taxes on everyone, then Democrats might like him. But short of that, Democrats will oppose every single little thing Donald Trump comes up with. They don't want this whole Russia business to be put to bed. Democrats are loving this. Democrats get to feed their base with Donald Trump as a Russian puppet. They don't want a special prosecutor. They don't want this to end. This is political. They are not searching for the truth. And this idea that Democrats really didn't want James Comey fired is pure crap. Of course they did, but now they just don't want to admit it. And Hillary Clinton, yes, would have fired James Comey. Now the second point, and I'll speed up here. I know you don't want to watch a video all day long, but the second point here, that the FBI's investigation into Trump, a possible Trump team collusion with Russia is accelerating. Maybe that's accelerating towards the end. It doesn't matter. Just because the FBI director is gone doesn't mean that the investigation is over. You have to be ignorant to really think that the FBI investigation into Trump is over. You have FBI agents who are working on this. Not everyone has been fired from the FBI. It was just James Comey. So do I buy these two reasons? No, absolutely not. Listen, folks, including Democrats who are watching this, listen, I want the truth to come out, okay? I do. I want the truth to come out on all sides. If Donald Trump and his team colluded with Russia, I want that. I want sunshine on that, okay? I want to see that. On the flip side, I think it's much easier to believe that James Comey was just a bad FBI director and had lost the trust of Donald Trump and many Democrats and Republicans, and really, he was just ineffective. I think it's real easy to believe that. It is much harder. I have seen much more evidence, okay? Honestly, I have seen much more evidence that James Comey was inadequate and had lost the faith in lawmakers. I've seen much more evidence of that than I have collusion with Donald Trump and Russia. Sorry, it's true. I've seen much more evidence towards James Comey not being a good FBI director and really having it rough. So listen, folks, this is going to go on for a long time. As I mentioned earlier, the Democrats don't want this to end. The Democrats want to use this for the next 3 years or so to go after Donald Trump. The Democrats, the only thing they have to go against Donald Trump is this whole possible collusion with Russia. They don't want it to end. It's political. It's pretty sad to see that the Democrats can't move on. But again, I want the truth out there, but it doesn't need to be a 2-year process or a 3-year process. We need to get moving as a nation, and the Democrats need to get over themselves. But let me predict this as I wrap up here. Let me predict this. If we eventually get everything cleared up and it shows we continue to see no collusion between Russia and Trump, the Democrats will get even nastier in the 2018 election, and especially when 2020 rolls around. Tune in to the Chad Hasty Show weekday mornings, 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time. News Talk 95.1 FM, 790 AM KFYO. Follow me on Twitter, Chad Hasty Radio. Have a great day.